Hey everyone, this is Lisa from Life in Layouts over here on the Crafty Maven Getaway. Today I'm bringing you a sketch it video using this inspiration piece and this sketch from Scrapbook Generations. I am actually going to turn that sketch into a 2-page sketch, and I'm really going to focus on some photos of the boys making a sugar scrub for their mom. And these photos were actually for Mother's Day, but because the sugar scrub is brown sugar and just what the boys were wearing and what the pictures were, it really were good pictures for the inspiration piece, because the inspiration piece does really speak to fall. It has tea in it and some other fall-y things, and so I thought that the brown sugar really did bring out the colors from the inspiration piece. So that's why I decided to use that. So what you will notice first off is that I decided to use 4 photos on the right instead of 3 photos. So what I did was I went ahead and cut out or trimmed down my photos, and then when I got to the very last photo, I just used my T-square ruler to measure out how big that photo needed to be so that the photos spanned across the length of the layout. I went ahead and used 2 small pieces. These are both cut at 1/4 inch. It's a stripe that had some rulers on it, but you really can't even tell what they were because I cut such a small piece out, so it just really looks like diagonal stripes. And then I went ahead and put the photos down, and then at the bottom I'm going to add 1 piece of paper that has some envelopes and writing on them, like the front of the envelopes, and then a teal piece at the very bottom. Again, because I cut those in such a small dose at 1/4 inch and 1/2 inch, you really can't see the details of what's going on in that paper, but it just gives it a little bit of extra dimension, and I really like that. So my photos were cut a little bit short, so I did end up having to cut just a slither off of the ends of the layout, but I'm okay with that. On the right hand side of the layout, I don't follow the sketch at all. Most of the time when I do a 2-page sketch and I allow that sketch to span across from a 1-page sketch, I just continue that layout design. But I only had 2 additional photos, and these 2 photos I wanted to highlight a little bit more than the 4 photos that were on the right hand side of the layout, simply because these photos are exactly the boy's personality. What you can see there is Adam has his fingers in his mouth licking the brown sugar, because it's just brown sugar and coconut oil, so it's definitely safe for them to eat. He will eat anything. He's definitely a little foodie. Jackson, on the other hand, doesn't like to get into things, so when he put his hands in it, there was that face of like, ew, this is gross. And so I thought that was perfect for them, and I wanted to showcase both of those photos on the layout. So what I decided to do was just use some of my scraps, and I used my banner punch to cut banners. And as you can see, I am not putting it in the center because I know that it's going to be covered up anyway, so I'm not worrying about it. Just using my T-square ruler to make sure that my papers are lined up evenly. And I went ahead and started and ended the banner pieces there with the same blue paper that has the white doilies on it, just because I thought that it gave it a finish edge with those 2 on the inside, like a bookmark type or bookends type for that banner piece, and I really like the way that turned out. So I put 1 photo down directly on the layout, and then I went ahead and used fun foam on Adam's picture just to give it a little bit more dimension with all of those banner pieces. I'm trying to find a journaling card here, and so I do decide to use this red. There's not a lot of the red that's pulled out. There's a few touches of it on the left hand side, so I thought that bringing in this red journaling card would be perfect, and I really like that swirl that's right there on the edge of it. So then I decide to go through my embellishment books, and I'll link that below for you guys if you want to check out how my embellishments are stored, and get out all of the pieces that I think would work for my layouts. I do decide to go ahead and put the title on first, and my title is going to be Life is Delicious, because I thought that that was perfect. Even though we are making a sugar scrub for their mom and we're not supposed to technically be eating it, even though Adam is, it really does bring out that fun part of the photos. So here's where I'm adding the additional embellishment piece. So I have Happiness is Homemade. I thought that was perfect. A little cream colored arrow. And then I'm going to start working on the embellishment cluster on the right hand side. And I've had this cutting board, I guess is what it is, with the word eat on it in my embellishment book for a long time. And I'm like, I don't know that I'm ever going to use this. But I finally got it on a layout, and I really like the way that it fits into this. So I did pull out a sticker that says lick the spoon, that one that looks like a ticket with the teal, it says lick the spoon, and I put a little camera in the navy because I felt like I needed more navy and teal, and that camera was perfect for it. I had a sticker that says messy on it, but it has that orange underneath it, and that didn't go with my layout at all, so I just went ahead and added a label sticker on top of it, and I'm going to put the date on that. That little tiny sticker that I just added in the yellow says yummy, so I thought that was perfect. And then I added this clear sticker that says all smiles, because the boys really did have fun making this sugar scrub for their mom. So I'm going to go ahead and put my journaling on there, and what I wrote was Jack and Adam made Nicole a sugar scrub for Mother's Day. It was brown sugar and coconut oil, and these two photos say everything about the boys, because it really does, and that really showcases their personalities. So I want to encourage you guys to subscribe to Crafty Maven, because if you haven't, what you'll notice is that we have daily inspiration for you guys from lots of different ladies, and we all have different talents and ways of approaching our scrapbooking, so you can definitely get lots and lots of inspiration over here on this channel. If you want to see more double page layouts, make sure you subscribe to my channel, which I will link below for you guys. Here are some close-ups and the final product. Thanks everyone for watching, and I hope that you have a scrappy day.